30 minutes of friends talk about everything that matters to women. Welcome to the lounge.
Is ironing your clothes.
Yeah.
And I've never noticed that even the tiniest thing could be ironed, and it was very annoying to me in a way. And one of the challenging things, Fawzia, that I face when it comes into ironing is that I burn everything. And I don't keep in mind that there's a certain, let's say, measurement when it comes into the temperature of the iron. Until I discovered the IQ iron, and it saved my life.
Yeah.
Don't tell me a steamer. Don't tell me any kind of iron. That iron was and still the best to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come? So it detects the temperature of the fabric.
If you keep it on the fabric, it's gonna sense what kind of fabric it is. It's gonna give you the temperature, and you just go to go.
I understand completely, because it makes total sense. I like iron as well. I don't like a steamer, but it depends on what kind of fabric you're using, because sometimes you'll be very cautious and careful with the iron because it does burn.
Right.
Or like it would like take a whole piece out of the shirt.
I've seen that.
I've seen it as well. I've done it too, and it was, let me tell you, shirt.
I wore once a shirt that was burnt.
Oh no.
Because I couldn't find the time to have another replacement.
It's crazy.
And I went outside pointing to everyone that I can't iron. That's it.
That's like that's the done.
Yeah, I was like,
that's a done moment.
I can't.
No, that's impossible, girl. And that's why you go for, I think, and that's why you go for a steamer. If you went for a steamer at that time, that would have been a help. I think a steamer is really great if it's like a really good quality one, because it does it straightens the clothes. Right. But I don't like that humidity feeling.
Especially the room, you know, it affects the room.
The whole room, the shirt itself, you feel like it's a bit wet. I cannot stand it. I like iron.
Let me tell you, I had this experience where my iron was not working.
Yeah.
So I had a steamer. My husband bought a steamer and he was like, it's there, just use it, just do it and everything. I was like, okay. So I turned the steamer on, waiting for it to actually work, and I didn't know how it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Then I realized that I kept a lot of water inside the bucket itself. So it started to boil and it came out from the steamer. And it was like a burning moment for me, you know.
Oh my goodness.
I was like very scared because like it was standing in a way. And then when I started to hear that there's a boiling happening, so I grabbed it. And then I was like pointing it in a way on the dress, because like on the shirt, because I was really in a hurry. And this is why you have to do it without being in a hurry, so that you don't have this incident. So it's like getting ready, and then suddenly water was coming out.
Crazy. And
I was doing this, and
you're splashing yourself
everywhere, and not realizing I was the issue. I was holding the steamer, and then I kept it all there. I was like, you know what? Just wait for it. And I was really scared. Like I left it for a while, and it started to boil, and all of the steam was coming out. And then I realized how it actually works. But yet again, after all of that kind of incident that happened, and seeing it, like it's a thing that you keep it aside since you don't have an iron, because it really helps you, and it's a time saver for certain occasions. But to me, I think it's an iron, and I just told you that the IQ the IQ iron, the ones that has this kind of intelligence,
the highest IQ.
Yes, it really helped. It saved my time. It helped me away, and also having it. I'm telling you, you have to keep a steamer aside.
Yeah. Because
you never know when you need it. You never know when your iron is going to not work with you, not going to be there for you. At least there is a steamer as a backup, you know?
Girl, my mom traveling, she always gets like an iron with her. It was never a steamer, because I feel like an iron is very solid. Like it's generally solid to the point where you don't worry with an iron. A steamer, I have to not worry about the quality of the steamer, if it's good enough or not. And especially if you're like traveling, or if you're going to a chalet, if you go anywhere. My brothers would grab an iron immediately, but it's like the light one, the cheap one, for them to put it on. He's like, it's the lightest one, I can handle that. It was never a steamer. And I think it's just like, it's a preference at the end of the day. But a steamer would take even longer time for me. I don't know how to steam the clothes. It takes longer time. a shirt would take forever, and I'm like going back and forth.
You know what? I feel like it's actually there for to use when you ironed a t-shirt, you kept it in the wardrobe, and then you bring it back again. You don't need to iron it back, but you need just to steam it in a way to make it.
I never knew that. That's the
I
craziest
think so.
moment of my life. But how about this? We go for a quick break and we'll be right back.
So a lot of people really get really prepared when it comes into going outside. I mean, they think a lot about their outfit and how very well it is and neat it is. And then they go outside in their car, and even when it comes into, you know, all of these settings, when it comes into being in the car, they make sure that nothing is actually there not to damage their outfit. And one of the things that they keep also aside to them in the car is the lint roller itself.
Yes.
That takes all of the, let's say, any kind of hair, any kind of, let's say, things that being on their suit itself, because, you know, black color outfit really get really damaged when it comes into any kind of, let's say, hair, any kind of, let's say, anything actually attached to it. And so how do you feel about it? Like, do you feel it's very essential? People are really overthinking about it?
People are not overthinking about it. I own one or two somewhere in the closet, somewhere in my bedroom. I always keep one just in case, and if needed, I will keep one in my bag in the future, because thank you to whoever reminded me, because hair do be sticking to your clothes for no reason, and I did not discuss it with the hair for it to be on my body, on my clothes. And sometimes even like it could be randomly, one of the things I never realized that you need to change the filter of the laundry, the washing machine.
Yes.
I never knew that. So when I washed my clothes within the time, I started seeing there's a lot of, like, you know, the tiny little hairs.
Yes.
I was so done. Like the fabric hair, I was so done. I was over it. My shirts, the white shirts, they had a bit of like black to it, and I was mad at the world. And then when I had the ruler, all I did was like roll my shirt, and it was all gone. And it looked gorgeous and beautiful. And I love it. And I think it's just the greatest thing ever. But it's not overrated. It's actually just rated just fine. I think people should keep it in their bags and everything, because some people, they actually work in companies where they need to look neat and put together all the time. So they do need to like clean their stuff all the time. And I had a friend who had a cat, and I never knew she had a cat till one day I saw some hair flying in the air while I was working. I was like, is that? And I looked at her, I was like, do you have a cat? And she's like, are you allergic? Please don't tell me you're allergic. But then the other person around, she's like, I'm allergic to cats. So now she has one in the car all the time. Whenever she leaves home, she has to roll all of her body just to make sure there's no hair, because her workers, they might get sick, and you know, and they might go through it. So is it really? It is not overrated. It is perfect. I think it's great. It's been helpful for quite some time. But also, do you know what I also like? Do you know the spray that when you have your dress or like anything that gets like
yes,
what do you call it? I'm not sure what you call it, but when there's like
it has more of an electricity, you know. It helps you to loosen it up and not to be resistant.
I love that. I love it. I think it's great. I think, and there's so many things. There's a spray. Back at the time, they used to say take the clothes hanger and then you place it all over the dress, and it was crazy times. I used to take the hanger and I used to push it all over my dress and roll it all over it just to make sure the electricity goes through the hanger. Now there's a spray, and life is good. Why do we look at it as like, you know, something that is overrated? Reality is just rated fine. It's there to help you. I don't understand. Well, are you okay here? But tell me what's going on.
Let me tell you this. I think people would say it's overreacting about it, because a lot of people, and I've seen it, like she's saying everything is okay, but she has it in her bag and she keeps, let's say, rolling.
That's crazy.
So I think that's the ones who are overreacting about it in a way, to keep it in your bag just in case you need it all over again. I mean, you checked yourself, you're okay.
Exactly.
That's it. And then you have that kind of sense, you know, like to me, I have a cat. And my cat, yes,
crazy.
I have a cat.
I never knew that.
And my cat is not that kind of a cat that really goes towards my wardrobe or my clothes or everything. Like, he knows that it's a forbidden place for him to be at. So you would see him sitting on his, let's say, chair, his bed. Like, he has his own bed, he has his own chair that's really into his size. He likes to lay out everywhere, and especially when we're at home, he's there. But when it comes into my outfit and what I wear, trust me, like, he doesn't damage anything. I have a little roller at home as well. I just use it when I want to go out, and that's it. I don't have it in my car because I know I'm not going to have any kind of an issue. The only problem that I would be facing is the one that you just talked about, the electricity.
Yeah.
So that I keep, but rather than that, no, everything is set and fine, and it's not over, let's say, rated when it comes to 2 people. So how about we take this quick break and then we'll be back.
So remember the time where I told you I'm a hoarder? I have an issue with letting go stuff, and I also find certain pieces that are very like close to my heart, and I wouldn't want to just drop them. So I will figure out ways to just mend them or fix them just to keep them with me instead of me throwing it away. So one of the things that I actually do is, for example, I have this shoe and I'm really obsessed with it, and I love it because it's very comfortable. I'm very picky with my shoes, and I love it so much, really comfortable. I had it for years. It's been great. It's been lovely. But you know how much, like, when you wear a shoe, it gets worn off.
Right.
And, like, it starts to fall apart. You will see the sponges coming out, and it looks hideous. But I took it to, like, the shoe tailor, which is our shoe fixer, and I had them to, like, fix the shoe for me because I cannot let it be like that. And I couldn't. I reached the point until it really genuinely fell apart where he was like, you need to throw this away. And then I threw it away. And my heart is broken. But I also have this soft spot for my jeans. I cannot drop jeans. I cannot. I'd rather get creative with it than just drop it, because you know how hard it is to find good jeans.
Right.
Yeah, so you'll see me hoarding stuff. Like I'll keep it. I kept once in my lifetime, I kept jeans for 3 months, even though it was ripped. I would wear it every day and then take it off because I know it's gonna be like out there for the world to see. So I just kept it. I just wanted to wear it, feel it, and I keep it back. Did I fix it? I tried. But the tailor told me it's in a very critical area that we cannot really fix it.
Okay.
So it hurt my feelings. So are you the type of person who is like me, who likes to mend stuff, or you like to retire them and drop them?
I actually don't do the both. Like, to be honest.
You really?
If it's damaged, then it's
You
damaged.
like it's damaged.
But I'm not gonna throw them away.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping them with the damage. But you know, no, I reached to a point like before and really, let's say, early age, I used to do that. I used to really fix everything, and even when it comes into even the zipper sometimes really falls out and it's not working. So I tend to really think about it and go immediately fix it. But I reached to a point that, you know what, it's damaged and then it's done. You remember the shirt that I told you that I went out with, and it was, let's say, with the iron that was reburned. I went out with it. There were some pieces in a way. It wasn't that showing, but when people noticed it, I was like, yeah, in a way. And so it's not something that could be fixed. But yet again, I didn't want to toss it away because it was a very nice let's say shirt or a blouse that it was. So I started to wear it in a different style. So if for me, for instance, going outside, I would wear a vest on top of it so that the damage does not show. So I would to do it in a way, because most of the things that really got damaged cannot be fixed, and I hate that. And I don't want it to be, let's say, the end of it. So I would be using it in a way that, you know what, I reached to a point, then that's it. But when it comes into shoes, I know shoes are fixable, but the problem is I'm too lazy to go and do it. So what I tend to do is keep them in their box and wait for me to get the inspiration to take them and try to fix them, because they're expensive, they're good, you have very good memories with them. You don't want to toss everything out.
So true.
You know, and though sometimes it's very annoying to notice that even the size is different, like it shrunk in a way because you're not wearing it anymore, but I would keep them. You know, like the ones that are very good and they're very, let's say, up to it that we can actually fix it, I would keep them for me to find the time to actually fix it. But rather than that, nowadays, if you're talking about today, then no, I don't have the time to fix or throw. They're there for me to find the time to do it.
Yeah, I love that for you. Good for you, because you have such a sentimental feeling to the pieces that you have. Which is same for me. I tend to not throw anything away. I just have a hard time. Now I started throwing stuff out because it's just getting ridiculous. But I have this beautiful hoodie that I had since I was like 16, and I got it from Ireland. And it was my first trip abroad alone. And I loved it so much. And like, I was so annoyed of myself because last year I was cleaning, and then I dropped some you know, like some chemical, like the floor cleansing was a product, and it dropped on my hoodie. You know how the color changes. So you have a full gray hoodie, and then like a patch of white right in the middle. I was ready to fight someone, and like you're talking about, I had it for like a good 10 years. So mad, but I'm still mad. How about this? We go for a quick break just to process my feelings, and we'll be right back. So when it comes to the cleaning routines and everything, I think going back to shoes, because we've been talking about shoes and how much I'm obsessed with them and I hoard them. There is supposed to be a cleaning routine for shoes that I never really knew about. Do you have anything?
Really?
Girl, how would I know?
I never knew.
I never knew there's a cleaning routine, but what I do is I always trick my sister to take them to the shops where they clean them and they wash them for me, because girl, I'd rather pay for it than wash it at home. But apparently there is a full routine. But you know what's the thing? Okay, I'll tell you this. My mom's friend, she is obsessed. She's a germaphobe. She's obsessed with cleaning everything. So she cleans the shoes at home. She washes them and everything. And I was like, that's some crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
But she would actually do so. So she would have like a whole soap situation and she has like a washing machine, but it's meant for shoes.
Yes.
And you would have the products, and you can use like clothes products because they're not really heavy, they're really light. But usually you use the soap and then you just put it there and you wash it. And I never really knew that thing, it really existed. Back at the time, I used to use wipes just to take the shoe, wipe it off. If there's any dirt, clean it. If the shoe is going crazy, I'll just add a bit of water, wipe, and I'm good to go. And for me, I had a period of time where I used to lie to everybody. It's actually a trend where like if your shoe was dirty, it was the coolest thing ever.
Right.
But maybe when I was in England, because when I came, it was like a completely different story. But it was the thing. There's a type of shoes, like for example, Converse. If you wear them, they were supposed to be dirty. The dirtier, the better, the cooler you are. Because if they're clean, they're not meant to be clean.
Right.
Right. And remember, you wore Converse for quite some time. So that's why I'm like questioning things. And for me, cleaning shoes also you need to focus on the insole as well. Do I need to clean it? You're supposed to. That's why there's a spray. You spray the shoes from the inside.
Yeah.
And I never done it.
Yeah.
Because I never knew I needed it.
I mean, having that said, my husband is really obsessed, of course, about his sneakers, and they're very important. And I mean, the amount of time that he actually goes and take them and wash them and keep them and preserve them, it's very, really good to see actually, because it's something that, as you just said, I didn't know about it. And I thought it was more of a habit that he actually do, but it turns out to be, it's more of the routine that you must do when you have let's say sneakers, especially within the fabric itself. Their fabric is washable.
Yeah.
Like they are the ones that you can actually wash. Now the ones that he cannot really wash and they're very sensitive, he takes them to the certain, let's say, place for them to be clean and set. But when it comes into the ones that washable, I mean, he has his own, let's say, washing machine. He knows what to do, what to take out from the shoes and what to keep and how to preserve them in a way. And it's very amusing to see a shoe that's really dirty and then suddenly it's all shiny and clean.
It's satisfying.
Yeah.
But do you get this feeling where if you get like a really clean shoe, you don't want to even step in the streets?
Let me tell you this, if I have a clean shoe that it was dirty before, I don't trust that the shoes is going to work like before.
Really?
Like I prefer to have my shoes as it is, and
dirty.
I would really maybe clean it in a way that on my own, like as you just said, with the wipes and everything, trying to make it clean. But I don't trust the process. When I wash it, then it's going to be the same. I feel like it's gonna be damaged. It's not gonna work as it used to be. I don't know, I just have a bad feeling, like you know when you feel that the shoes finally is comfortable, and it has the size and everything, and then suddenly I feel like all of that kind of sense is going to disappear and vanish once you wash them.
I think when you talk about the washing machines, I would understand a bit, because I would be skeptical as well. I'm like, maybe it's tearing the clothes, it's gonna make it loose or something. I would understand that part. But if it's like a hand wash, I don't think you would like worry much, you know what I mean? Because like, again, it's either you doing it with your hand or someone else, but I feel like it's gentler on the shoe and for a longer term. Because if every like week or two you're going to be putting it in the washing machine,
Yeah,
What
I
left
know.
from the shoe? The leather's gonna
know.
fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even trust it. But like, it is apparently a thing for people to do. So I think I'm just gonna stick to my wife's, and God help me with that, because I don't know what to do. But I think it's just, and the shops or like any store that they would take shoes to wash them.
Yeah.
Rarely, like once and forever. Because like, if, and especially now, I think people do like, you know, choose their shoes properly, and they tend to be more on the luxurious or high end. So just be gentler and take care of them as much as you can. But how about this? We go for a quick break. We'll be right back.
So let me tell you this kind of an incident that I faced. I remember it was more of a thing that people used to ask me, like, or not only ask me, but I've seen people when it comes into purchasing some clothes, they tend immediately to wash them. So this was a habit that I never thought of. Like, I always thought when you have your clothes, you purchase the clothes from the store, that they're clean and that there's nothing wrong with them. So then they told me, no, there's a habit that you have to wash them because you never know where they were, and so when it comes into the storage and stuff.
Yeah.
So I started to do that, and I remember once I did it, I had this shirt. It was really clean and new, and I kept it in the laundry, and then when I brought it back, it had this kind of, let's say,
It's like a little fuzz.
fabrics, things like, you know, they're all being brought up like more of little circles. And I was like, it's new. I did not wear it, and I just tossed it in the washing machine.
Yeah.
And it's more of, let's say, damaged.
Yeah.
So I remember I didn't know about any kind of a gadget that helps you to remove. So what I did was immediately DIYs, looking at how to do, let's say, undo it. So there was like more of razors, like using the razors just to
That is so
remove it.
true. I used razors as well.
It was good, but it was very annoying because, you know, you felt like you're scratching the surface of the fabric and you don't want to damage it. Until then, I realized that there's actually a gadget for it.
Yeah.
And it was really in a way to help you loosen it all of the fabric that you presented. So have you ever been dealing with, let's say, depilling nets in a way and being presented with a gadget for it?
I mean, always. I'll be completely fair with things. For some reason, there's certain stores that when I get the clothes from, I automatically know for a fact the fabric is going to be it's really bad, to the point where I'm going to get all kind of fuzz and all these little tiny stuff all over the shirt or like the net. And it would bother me so much because I couldn't find a way for me to solve it. And I started shaving it as well because it was the easiest thing to do. But then the minute you shave it, the whole net for some reason gets really loose. And then I'm like, out of nowhere, I shaved half of the net.
Yeah.
It's ruined and I have to throw it away. But it's just like, that's one of the issues that I also face. But also you will find it with the pants when you wear long trousers and it's like net wear. A lot of times when there's a lot of friction, even your hands, there's a lot of friction in the areas, you will get these nets, like the fuzz, and you have to like depil it, as you said. But it's just like, is it inevitable? Like, we cannot really like step away from it? Is it something there? But hey, it's a gadget that you have. I haven't tried it yet for me to put my opinion on it though. I've tried razors. They've been fine. They've been good so far. Don't go too far like I did because I just took the whole place off. But I heard someone says the shaving machine as well did a great job. So there's also like alternatives. Instead of you just using the gadget, there's also other stuff. But if you want it specifically for that, why not? Especially like in winter time where we always wear nets.
Right.
That's it. Get it. It's easier. Just like how we get like the thing.
Yeah.
The roller.
Yeah.
Get you the.
I mean, I had that kind of, let's say, newly introduced to that there is a gadget for it. And I remember it was more of a sale, let's say, item, buy this and you get the other one for free. And I was like, you know what, it's not that expensive, let me just have it. And then I remember I told my cousin about it and she's like, oh yes, I use it all the time. It's like, really? And she was like, yes, it's very good, effective, it's really easy, you just keep the batteries and just roll it all over your outfit and it's out. I was like, wow. So I was really tempted about it and I was really amazed about it, but I didn't use it yet. So I'm thinking I will be waiting for the moment to use it. But it's very amazing to see that there's, as you just said, certain gadgets. But let me tell you this. So I tried this trick. every time we wash our clothes in the washing machine, we tend to keep them, let's say, exposed, like not really flipping them in a way, but keeping them in a way that we're wearing them. So I remember that I've tried it while I'm, let's say, toasting them inside, but they're not really as they are, but as if I've taken them off and throw them. So they're upside down. So I remember I tried this, and it was very good because you know that kind of sense when you're washing everything and there's this kind of fuzz as we were talking about? It was from the inside, not happening from the outside.
Oh yeah, it happens.
So I was like, okay, it could be effective in a way. This could help in a way. Not really sure about it, but I've tried it. So yeah. So having and talking about laundry and things to be fixed, how about we take this quick break?
So one of the things that I've learned from you and Rita, actually, because you guys are very professional, you always carry garment bags to carry the clothes. And it's something that I've always like wondered like why, but I've also realized how much it holds the clothes, it takes care of them, it protects them from anything. And I thought that was really impressive and really lovely. Till I ran off and I asked my mom for one because she had one already. And I was like, Mommy, can I get one? Because I think it's very important for work. But also I realized that it's really helpful and it's really like it's perfect for anyone who has like something that is expensive, a dress or a suit. So I have my brother who loves suits, and he would get his suits and you always will put them in a garment. He's like, because these are very expensive fabrics, so it's like a protector, you know, something that protects your fabric, your clothes, just for the sake of it, especially if it's like staying in the closet for a long time or the weather, or it could be whatever. So is it really worth it, garment bags for the clothes, especially the expensive ones, or something that is worth covering? Absolutely.
Yes.
It's the perfect protection. It's just, and it's easy to carry anyways, anywhere you go. Very comfortable, very practical, very lovely. I think it's perfect.
Yes, I totally agree with you, and especially when it comes into different kind of occasions, and especially when we're talking about, let's say, wedding gowns. I mean, talking about these very, let's say, expensive gowns, they need these bags to be there. It's not just to protect them, but because they're huge, and having them in the bag could actually obtain that kind of how very huge they are, and keep them in a way to preserve them in the wardrobe as well. And one of the reasons that you have them with you is, I mean, imagine yourself coming to work, especially when we're talking about shooting for TV, and having all your clothes being out there, not being covered in the bag, could really become more, let's say, heavy, not protecting them.
It could be wrinkly and everything.
Yes, and it helps you a lot to carry your clothes, to feel really comfortable when it comes into preserving them and keeping them. And you never know, maybe you're holding a coffee with you and then suddenly...
It's so true.
Yes. So yeah.
You know what? I would know, like what I've realized, it could be like super similar to if you're going to the salon and then like you're doing a hairstyle, you always need the net to protect it. Yeah, for it to stay longer, for it to maintain its looks and the shine and everything, for it not to be affected with the weather, for so many reasons. It's generally the same reason why you should get the garment bag, because it does the same thing.
And people now are taking it very trendy, especially when it comes into brides, for specific, let's say, traveling honeymoons. People are buying and purchasing them. Yes, they're keeping more of essentials to it, keeping these kind of, let's say, touches that provoke that they're very, let's say, important in a way. But we've been talking about a lot of things today, and I'm very sure we reached to a point where we're gonna wrap up for today.